We're going to create a timeline using Google Drawings. Start by going to the New, More, Google Drawings. The first thing you want to do is give your drawing or your file a title, a name. So we're going to call it Whitney's Timeline. We're going to go ahead and set some page settings. So we're going to go up to File, Page Setup, and instead of the standard 4x3 drawing, we're going to make it wider. So we're going to go down to a screen of 16 by 10 and say OK. It now becomes a wider drawing. To start our timeline, we're going to need a line. So we don't want just a plain line, but we want an arrow. Now, if I select this arrow and I try to make it straight myself, it's, oh my goodness, who knows? So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to go back up. I've got my arrow selected, and I'm going to hold down my Shift key to make it be straight. Now, the minute I let go of my cursor or my mouse button, it stops. So if I want to extend this arrow, I want the same one, so I make sure I have the pointer selected so I can select an object, grab it by the handle, hold down my Shift key so it'll stay straight, and extend my arrow. From here I'm going to add some events in Whitney's life. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get a text box, and obviously this is her birth date. From there I can use again a line denoting that this on this timeline, this is when it began, right here. And I'll use another text box for a date. 08, 05, 2001. Now I might like a picture or an icon to go with it. So I can go up to my images, and you could either put in a real photograph or you can do images from several sources. So we are going to search for an image. You could get them from your drives, your albums, a URL, take a picture yourself or upload one, but we're just going to do search. From here we can search Google Images, Life Images, or stock images. Stock images are free to use, so that's kind of a safe place to go. So we're going to go to stock images and we're just going to put in birthday and see what they have. And we'll select this present. Once the image loads into your Google Drawing, you can resize it by holding on to any of the handles. Try to keep it from being distorted. And I'm going to add that image above the birthday. What was another memorable event? Oh, perhaps you got your first pony. So we type in first pony, very memorable event. Again, we'll choose a straight line, and for your pony we need a date, and it was probably your birthday, so we'll say 08, 05, and you were 5 years old, so we will say 2006. You can move these if you have the selector tool. You can again just pick it up and move it where you want it to go by getting those crosshairs up or down. Again, we can go and insert an image, put in a pony, see if there's anything in the stock images, and we'll say, oh yes, that will do fine. Now, Doesn't look much like a pony, but it'll work. And we can resize it, put it in its right line. And what we're creating is a linear picture of Whitney's life. Now, we need a title before we're finished. And so we'll put a big text box and we'll say Whitney's timeline. We can drag over it, make it larger. We can change the font to something a little bolder. We can center it. We can take your selector tool to select the text, move it around however we deem that we like it. And this is just an introductory tutorial to creating a timeline.